Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Doby. A question we're getting frequently, I want to say it's almost daily at this point, has to do with the idea of investing in real estate. And I'm going to segment here, I'm going to set residential real estate aside for just a moment and talk more about investment residential real estate or investment commercial real estate. So our primary residences, I'm going to segment for just a few moments here as we're talking about this question that we're receiving with some regularity. Now, is this a good time? Well, I'm going to give you a terrible answer. I don't know. Is it good? Yes, no. Depends on your situation. It's not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold real estate, but definitely some things you want to keep in mind if you're not keeping them in mind already. First of all, it's a different world right now relative to interest rates compared to where we've been for the last decade and a half. I don't need to tell you, if you've taken a look at what a commercial loan looks like or for investment real estate, either on the residential or commercial side of things, it is a different world right now. So you want to be wary of what that means. Obviously, if you're looking to make an investment and you're going to carry a note of some kind on the property, you're going to have a higher carrying cost. It's going to be more expensive for you to have that note than it was, say, 15, 18, 24 months ago. So definitely a big item to keep in mind there. Second big item, and this is more on the commercial real estate side of things, in our more urban areas, we're starting to see a lot more vacancies. Now, I'm not saying that the commercial real estate market is crashing or anything. That's not what I'm saying here. And I am not a direct investment real estate expert, so I need to disclose that to you as well. But we look at data pretty much nonstop here at North Main Financial in dozens of different areas, including in real estate. And one of the things that we're seeing is relative to Class A office space coming out of the pandemic when so many folks were forced to work from home, is that the return to that office space, at least in the same sizes and quantities, just isn't happening. And here we are now 3.5 years later. So we're starting to watch that a lot closer, especially now that we have higher interest rates. What's that going to mean for commercial investment real estate? How much demand is there going to be ongoing, especially in our more urban centers or urban concentration centers where the sky rises and the towers are really the most hyper concentrated kinds of spaces? What's that going to mean ongoing? So I'm just offering up that word of caution. It's one of the things that we're watching. Third big item when you're talking about real estate investment is understand and be wary of the liquidity difference. Different than if you're buying a stock or a fund on the stock exchange where you can buy and sell very quickly, real estate is less liquid. And that doesn't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Frankly, you can make good arguments all the way around that real estate is a good consideration, just consideration, not a recommendation here, but a good consideration or a good idea to keep in mind in terms of diversification inside of a portfolio. However, what goes along with that is less liquid. Even if you have a tenant or even if you have a means of generating income from that property, the property itself is less liquid. You can't just buy and sell it every day in most instances. So definitely something to keep in mind. Again, I don't want it to sound too discouraging, but I also want to make sure that you understand I'm not necessarily making it a recommendation for everybody, because there's a significant level of expertise and understanding that needs to go into that as well. So you want to make sure if you don't have that, you're connecting with some advisors and experts who do. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, perhaps talk about, does real estate make sense for me relative to an investment? If so, how do I do that? Either through a securitized or non-securitized asset? How should I think about those kinds of things? What other advisors or experts should we bring to the table? We'd love to chat with you. NorthMainFinancial.com.